Hi everyone, welcome back. It's the Luxe Bag Princess, and today I'm here to do another super exciting reveal, not an unboxing, reveal for you guys. So let's just jump back and do the little housekeeping. As I said, I'm the Luxe Bag Princess, and you can find me mostly on Instagram. You're welcome to shop, source, and consign with me on my Instagram over at Shop Luxe Bag Princess. And if you're interested in entering my giveaway, I am currently giving away a Louis Vuitton Murakami multicolored clay, and you can find all of the information about that giveaway posted on my Instagram pages. And if you need help finding any of those links, my Patreon will be in the description of this video, and you will find all of the links expedited there. So let's just jump right in. I am so excited about this reveal. This is another one of the bags that kind of falls on the category of bags that I never actually thought I would have, and not because it was expensive or any of that, but because it belongs to a collection that's very unique, very hard to find, and there simply were not a lot of bags made. So today, so exciting. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you guys the one in a million Louis Vuitton Centenaire Bucket PM. This is so crazy, guys. Like, oh my gosh. Okay, so let's run it back. I'm gonna take my cute little doggy off. This is one of the cute things that I brought a bag from someone and they sent me as a little gift, and I think it's so cute. But anyways, so let's do a little history lesson here. So if you are not familiar with the Centaire collection, do not feel bad about that. I would say most people are not. As you can see, just aesthetics wise, it's a bit different. The main thing, obviously, that makes the Centaire collection different than the conventional bags that we see is that it features damier Abine print and vachetta trim. This is one of the collections that I honestly did not know about for a very long time. Most people who know or have seen Centenaire, usually it's the Centenaire Chelsea, and the Chelsea is a damier Abine kind of wide shoulder tote, and that is one of the bags in the Centenaire collection that they made a lot of. For a long time, even me personally, I thought that was the only bag that was made in the Centaire collection, but there were actually tons of different bags made in the Centaire collection. They just didn't make many, and so they're really hard to find. So again, like I said, this is the Bucket PM in Centaire, and I will tell you that this is the first one that I've ever seen. I will say I, at this point in time, have quite a few Centaire bags, and now that I have this one, I'll have to update my collection video. But I do have a Centaire Clay, I have a Centaire Keep All 45, I have a Centaire Alma PM, I have this Bucket PM. I absolutely feel like I'm forgetting one and it's eating me alive. I can't remember. I'm definitely forgetting one. I can't remember which one it is. But nonetheless, I have quite a few Centaire bags at this point, and I absolutely love and adore them all. The Centaire collection was released for the Louis Vuitton 100-year anniversary, which was in 1996. So most of these bags are pushing 30, which is why a lot of the times you're not going to necessarily find them in perfect condition, because once again, they are 30-year-old bags. But I don't really mind. I absolutely love the novelty, and I fell in love with the Centaire collection really for one reason only, and that's because you guys know that I like having bags that everyone else doesn't have. That's my thing. It's so much of the novelty is just lost when all of the bags that you have, everybody else has. I love the novelty of having something that people see. Even when I take these kinds of bags into the boutique, even the SAs are wow, I've never seen that before. So I just love having bags that everybody doesn't have. So this is the only Centenaire PM, bucket PM that I've seen. And again, this is not to say that there aren't others. I am just saying I have been buying, collecting, selling, and consigning for 10 years. So I have seen a lot of bags in my lifetime. This is the only bucket PM I have seen. The Alma, which I've seen a couple. The Keep All 45, which I've never seen one of those before. The clays, I have seen a few of. There actually are a lot of centenaire clays, but most people don't know that the clay is centenaire because it doesn't have the vachetta, but there actually are a lot of centenaire clays. But the bucket PM is one that I have not seen. So this one I actually purchased from a store from Instagram, and as always, shout out to my Luxe bestie Josh for sharing her with me. And so this one I purchased from a shop that was on Instagram. I think they have like a physical storefront, but you can buy items from them online, and they had this one listed. For $300, which is cheap for a bucket PM in the first place, but it's like ultra cheap for a centenaire bag. And I think that's one of the things. Oh, I know which one I forgot. I have the Centenaire Mini Speedy. That's the one I have not been able to think of. And that is a bag that I have only seen, I think, like 3 of, and I have one of the 3. Anyways, it was like killing me. I couldn't remember it. Nonetheless, so that is a good price for a bucket PM in the first place, let alone a Centenaire bucket PM. And that is one of my favorite things about shopping the Centenaire collection is oftentimes when you see the bags, most people do not know that they are like a super, super limited, hard to come by bag. Most people just like don't know. And so a lot of times you can find them for cheap. Again, I purchased this one for $300. If I was selling one of these, knowing how uncommon that they are, I would probably list it for more like $800, because these are, anything Centenaire is very hard to come by. It's absolutely one of those, if you know, you know, and the people like me who are a very small niche group of people who kind of hunt the Centenaire items, they will pay for them because they're so rare and so hard to find. So let's take a look at the condition. So the exterior is in really good shape. There are some areas where the leather's definitely like a little drier than I like, but you know, that's fine. Again, this is a 30-year-old bag. The chaps are in great shape. I would describe the patina on this one as being kind of like a deep medium patina is how I would describe it. It's a deep medium. It's not dark patina, but it's kind of like pushing the medium patina category. And the trim is all intact, which is really great because a lot of times with these trim lined older bags, the trim will crack over time. So very happy to see that the trim on this one is completely intact. And that is why I absolutely love these older bags that have the vachetta trim, because it helps to add some structure and, you know, prevent the actual bag itself from cracking. So I really enjoy the older styles for that reason. And it also does have the feet on the bottom, which is one of my favorite things about this particular bag style, because that way you can set it on the ground with no issues. So I currently have this one stuffed. But here is the interior. It's a standard interior for a bucket PM. As you can see, there's a D-ring, and the D-ring has a clasp and chain for where you would attach a bucket pochette. I was so sad the bucket pochette did not come with this one. I actually do have a damier bucket pochette handy, but I would really, really, really like if it came with it. But again, it's like you're lucky enough to get Centenaire bags, period, let alone for them to have everything. So, you know, we we live with it. We live with it. And then as with the bucket PMs, the date code is on the back of this tag here. And as you can see, this one is dated November of 1996. The Centenaire collection was only released in 1996. So all of the date codes are going to be 1996 date codes. This one, as you can see here, was made in France. And as with all of the bucket PMs, there is a zipper pocket here, and on the opposite side there is another non-zippered pocket. Now the interior of this bag is a little wonky because one of the reasons why it was sold for really cheap is because the lining was removed, but I am actually really happy about that. For those of you guys who don't know, a lot of these older bags are kind of lined with this it's kind of like a waterproof lining is what a lot of them have. It's like a light beige, and over time that lining, it can flake and peel and be sticky and kind of just like a pain to deal with. So this is a bag where somebody took it amongst themselves to remove the lining, and I'm actually really happy that they went through all the labor to do that, so that when I have now purchased it, that has been done for me. And I'm glad that they did that without taking the physical lining out. A lot of people kind of just do it the lazy way, which is to just cut this whole thing out. But then as you see, you would lose your pockets and some of that authentication, identifying you know, stamps and hardware. So I'm really glad that they went through the very labor intensive process of just kind of removing that top layer and not actually removing the entire lining. So that is why they sold this bag very cheap. I personally still would have sold it for a lot more even with that, because of the wonderful invention that is bag liners. Now again, because the stickiness and everything has been removed, it is completely usable in here. It's just like not as aesthetically pleasing, which again, it doesn't bother me. I'm very, very particular about the aesthetics for my more expensive like bags and my more common bags. But one thing you kind of learn as somebody who's a rare bag hunter is you kind of accept more flaws and imperfections, because how are you going to turn down a bag that's like 1 in a million because it has a lining issue? You're not. And it's cheap. You're not. You're just gonna buy it and deal with it. Or if it really is a major issue, you'll just get it relined, because you're not gonna find the bag again. But anyways, I utilize these organizers, and I actually have an Etsy shop that I utilize for my organizers, specifically my bucket PM organizers and bucket GM organizers. I don't know if she makes organizers for other bag styles, but there's this really sweet lady on Etsy, and I have brought multiple bucket organizers from her. And I really like her shop because I know a certain amount of the proceeds go to, I can't remember exactly right now, but they go to a nonprofit organization that I think builds houses for veterans or something. So, you know, shopping with, you know, purpose, and the liners are very well made. As you can see, they have enough structure that they provide structure with the bag, but they're also plenty malleable. The stitching on it is super cute. The other liners I've purchased from her in the past, I think were red, but this one is a cheetah print one, and you guys know, well, look at my nails. You guys know that I absolutely love cheetah print, so I was really happy that they came in cheetah print. And this one does have some pockets. It has like 2 or 3 pockets in here, but I really, really like her bucket liners. And they're also like not super terribly priced. So I don't know, go blow her up on Etsy. I'll link her shop, or don't blow her up, I don't know. But I absolutely love her liners, and I buy them all the time. And as you can see, it fits perfectly in the bucket PM here with no problem. And I can just move the liner to the side with no problem and still access those pockets. And I really like that her liners have a means of grasping them, so you can like physically get it in and out with not much issue. So nonetheless, I think that is pretty much it of me sharing the Bucket PM Centenaire with you guys. But I absolutely had to make a video to share this one with you guys, and I honestly cannot wait to do a follow-up video sharing with you guys my Centenaire collection. I have several Centenaire bags, and as always, if you see Centenaire bags out in the wild, please feel free, if you don't mind, to email me the link or DM me the link on Instagram. I think literally like 2 of the Centenaire bags I have in my collection, I literally have because friends or followers like sent them to me. I used to have people like DM me links to a ton of bags, and so then I kind of said, like, please, like, I appreciate it, but please don't DM me links to like every bag you see. But the exception to that is absolutely Centenaire. Any of these really rare, hard to find collections, if you see them in the wild, please send me the links. I will be so appreciative. As always, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you were not familiar with the Centenaire collection, hopefully you learned something about it. And as always, if you're interested in seeing more of this bag or the rest of my handbag collection, make sure you stop by my Instagram, the Luxe Bag Princess. And if you're interested in shopping, sourcing, or consigning with me, make sure to stop by my Instagram, Shop Luxe Bag Princess. And remember to enter my giveaway. Okay.